Hi, everybody. Let's take a look at some more political excess. This time, we've got another primary coming up, Tuesday, August 2nd. Let's take a look at Washington. Washington uses a top two for their primary system, regardless of party. The top two primary finishers will face off in the general election. So having said that, let's start in the U.S. House. In the first district, it will be very solid blue. No point in looking at that one. The second district is the same story. Deep blue. Doesn't matter what happens. It's going to go for the Democrats in November. In the third district, this covers the southwest part of the state, including Vancouver. Incumbent Republican Jamie Herrera Butler, she's running again. She did vote to impeach Donald Trump. So Trump has endorsed a challenger to Butler, and that is Joe Kent. So this is definitely a primary to watch. If we take a look at the polling, it's pretty scant, but Butler and Kent are both the top two leaders. So it might very well be both of them in November. If it is, I suspect Butler would win that comfortably, as all the Democrats would cross over to support her. There is a market for this race, but it's only asking if Butler will finish in one of the top two spots in the primary. She's at 78 cents for yes, so that's pretty likely, barring some sort of upset. In the fourth district, incumbent Republican Dan Newhouse. He's running for re-election, and he also voted to impeach Donald Trump, so he is facing a primary challenge from Lauren Culp, who ran for governor back in 2020. The couple of polls here show Newhouse and Culp running pretty close together, but there's also a Democrat there who's just behind both of them. If we go to predict it, there is a market here that asks if Dan Newhouse will finish first. It's only at 31 cents. So it might be a bit of an uphill climb for Dan Newhouse, but these two primaries are very interesting to watch to see how much of a backlash there'll be against these two Republicans who voted in favor of impeachment. In the 5th District, Kathy McMorris Rodgers, she should not be in any danger there. That should be a safe Republican hold. In the 6th District, incumbent Democrat Derek Kilmer, he's very likely to win that in the general. The 7th District is deep blue, so we'll move on to the 8th District with Kim Schreier. And this is a competitive, even partisan lean, according to 538. Incumbent Democrat Kim Schreier is running for re-election. Her main opponent appears to be Reagan Dunn on the Republican side. There's only one poll here, and it's from last year. I would guess Dunn is the front runner to take on Schreier, but there's just not enough information here. It's going to be a close race in November. There's a couple of general election polls here, but this is basically anecdotal. And the last two House seats in the 9th and 10th districts, those are either blue or heavily blue. Barring something extreme happening, they should remain with the Democrats. So let's move on to the statewide races, and there's no governor's election this year. That'll be in 2 years. So the main one to watch is for U.S. Senate, where incumbent Democrat Patty Murray is running for re-election to a 6th term. Last time she won by 18 points, which was the largest margin of her 5 wins. Her narrowest win was about 5 points back in 2010. The question is, who will the Republicans put up to take on Patty Murray? And it appears they have Tiffany Smiley. I don't know a whole lot about her other than she's a nurse. It'll probably be those two that snag the top two spots to face off in the general. If we take a look here at the polling for the general, Patty Murray is generally around the low 50s in terms of support, and she has a clear lead over her Republican challenger. Some people have said this race could get closer, and I think it maybe could get under 10, but I'm not really seeing anything close here. I would probably be surprised if Patty Murray won by less than 10 points. But there is no way this seat is going to get close to flipping. It doesn't mean the Republicans shouldn't try. There's always a chance for an upset, but let's take a look at the market. And there the Democrats are at 92 cents, Republicans at 9 cents. That tells me the Democrats have this seat completely in the bag. One last race to mention is for Secretary of State. There's a special election there. That is notable because it's actually the Republicans that have won the election for Secretary of State going all the way back to the 1960s. It's a blue state, but that office has been held by Republicans until Kim Wyman stepped down and Governor Jay Inslee appointed a Democrat to fill that seat. So there is a special election. Democrats very well could pick it up and end that streak of losing elections for that office. That's something I think is notable, worth mentioning. So take a look at that race if you'd like. But that's an overview of the upcoming primary in Washington. Let me know down below if you're following any of these races, who you think's going to win some of those House primaries. And if you enjoy this content, please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video.